What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I wanted to go over how to implement a refresh control when you have an async function. Because when you implement the refresh control, you need a target, or you basically need a function that's gonna get called when the action happens, right? And if you have an async function, you have to do something a little different, not super crazy, but I just want to make a video on it just to show you guys how to use refresh control and also how to deal with the async function in your refresh control. So let's get into it. I press escape. And refresh control is really useful, because you can implement it on any table view, and it gives you a default refresh animation, and that's pretty dope. Oh, you guys didn't see this. I was doing this right here. So basically, I made a new project. Here, I'll do it again. I made a new project, RefreshControl version 2, take 2, because I didn't know it wasn't on the screen. All right, so let's make this bigger because I forget sometimes to make it bigger. And let's just use the default view controller. We don't need to do it without the storyboard for this video. So let's create a table view. And in this video, I'm going to be using an API I used before, the Swappy API. Let me open up my Safari. Like in Costa Rica. Check out that video. If y'all, it's on map view basically. All right, so we're using the Swappy API. We used this before, and I have a video on making network calls. 3 different ways how to make network calls, and it's a fairly simple API to work with. So let's see the documentation. What's the URL we need? All right, here we go. We need people. Let's go to people. Here we go. People. And we also want to add the format. How can I do the format? There's here we go. We'll do question mark format.json. There we go. Here we go. So let's create a network manager, because I don't want to make this very complicated. I don't want this view controller to get super crazy. I didn't name it. How unfortunate. So network manager, and I'm gonna try to rush through, not rush, but I'm gonna try to hurry through this part. Class network manager. Oh, and here we're gonna have a function called we're gonna call this get people or fetch people. It's gonna be async function, async throws, and we want it to return an array of people. All right, so let's implement this table view, configure table, and we'll call it private func configure table. Oh, excuse me, I have to burp. Kombucha. This is good for you. Y'all should try some. It's nice. And it makes me a little burpy sometimes. So table view. I was gonna do translate auto resizing equals false, but we can just use frame view.bounds, because we're not gonna add anything else. This is a simple project. So, and then what else we want to do? Table view delegate equal to self. Table view data source equal to self. Build this. Fix. And usually I create an extension, but actually let's create an extension. I don't wanna, what's it called? You gotta practice good habits. That's what I like to say. So I don't wanna implement it like that. All right. And what else do we need for this table? And we'll also have a function called private func fetch data. We'll call it fetch data. And this is going to be async actually, because in here we're going to be try await. I need to do catch block actually. Do catch. I'm going to print error localized description. We need to try await our network manager dot fetch people. All right. We can move the network manager up here. Let network manager, and then fetch people. All right. All right, let's hit build and see what happens. We'll probably get an error in the network manager. Yeah, people. We have to create a struct called people. And we have to open up Postman actually. I don't remember off the top of the head what we need for this API. Oh. Where's the URL? Oh, I think I have to go to Safari. Safari. I deleted it. Give me a second. I need to go check my browser history. I don't want y'all to see my history. All right, let's go here. Here we go. Oh, so it's an array of people. Our response looks like, I mean, it's an array of objects, I think. Oh, I think this is only one. Here we go. Now we get people. Let's put these halves. Let's put these half. All right, so we have. So looks like we're gonna need a response, and in here. Oh, and both of these we have to make codable. Actually, just decodable. Because we need to be able to decode them from our response, our network response. So what do we have here? We have results. So let results equal an array of people. And with knowing how do I say this? Knowing what to use here is just like you'll get it from practice. You basically just look at what the response is giving you, and this is what it gives us. So it gives us these four things, and we only want results. And if you wanted net count or next, you could also incorporate them, but for our example, we're not. So you want results, and then you have to figure out what is results. And if you see it's an array, so we have an array here. And actually, this shouldn't be an equal sign. This should be a colon. There we go. Because you're just defining what type it is. You're not giving it a value. And then I look into each of these people object and see what I want. So I want a name. And that's all I want, to be honest. We don't need to go too crazy. All right, so what do we do here? I think here we grab our data. We're gonna grab our data and our response. Let's call this HTTP response. This equals try await, I believe, URL session shared data task for URL request for URL from URL. All right. Oh, now we need to grab the URL. So for example, we'll let URL equal URL string. Oh, and I'm just gonna force unwrap this, and actually we'll URL. And what do we want to do? Let's just let the HTTP response. And we can make this bigger actually. Oh, it's as and you want the status code equal to 200, which means it was a success. Else, throw. Oh, the else goes here, and then we throw. Throw an error, and we haven't set up any errors, so we'll do, what is it, enum, network error equals error, case invalid response. All right, and now we can finagle with our data. Let decoder equal JSON decoder, decoder.decode, response.self from data, and let results equal, oh, actually, results go here and then do try. And then we can return results. And oh, this should be equal. Oh, no, we have some errors here. Return. We have to create a new. Oh, I think it's a var. Var articles. No, wait, articles. People equal. What do people equal? People equal an array of people. Return people.count. Alright, let's cell equal TableView.deq reusable cell with identifier. So index path text label dot text. This is going to equal, what is it going to equal? It's going to equal people index row, or index path dot row dot name, and we're going to return the cell. Boom! That's a lot of work, right? Let result, let people equal that. Well, I'll do people. All right. So we have our network. We get our call, right? And this is an array of people. So what we want to do is we want to set our people array, self.people equal to people. And what we need to do is refresh the main queue. Oh, we need to update the table, right? So we need to reload the table view. And we have to do that on the main thread. So we do await. This is the new way of refreshing on the main thread. The async await. The async await way. So you do main actor dot run. You do what is it? Curly braces. And then we'll do table view reload data. Reload data. And that should work. I don't think I have a background color. Let's see, view.background color equals system background. I don't know if that's gonna matter. Let's see. We did a lot of code without running or testing, so we'll see what happens. Let's check let's see if we get any errors. Oh, my battery is low. I got 9%, dang. All right. Well, looks like I forgot. Oh, I forgot to register. Sometimes I forget to register the cell. So it's a UI table view cell, self, and then this is a cell. All right, this should work. Or not. Got him. Let's see, what else are we missing here? So we added the table. We have a delegate. We have a data source. We never called fetch data. That's hilarious. And then it's an async function, so we have to wrap this in a task. So we do await, fetch data. All right. Now it works. There we go. Hey, thank you. Round of applause. Now let's get into what everyone's here for, right? Damn, Jason, why the hell you took so long? So for implementing a refresh control, it's very straightforward. You can do this here in the configure table function. What I like to do is instantiate the refresh control. And what you do is you add a target to it. Add a target, and this is like basically the action. Yeah, the function that'll be called once the refresh control is called. And let's call this did refresh table. And we actually have to create a @obgc func did refresh table. All right, and what do you want to do here? Well, let's add and all you have to do once you have this is just add this refresh control to the TableView.refreshControl. That's what we're gonna do. And now we have to figure out our function once it's actually refreshed. What do you want to do? And in here, all you want to do is fetch data when it's refreshed, right? And but fetch data is an async function, and if you just try to put fetch data in here, you need an error. And you can't really use async here because then you get an error here. And the solution for this is actually very straightforward. You just want to wrap it in a task. Do fetch data. You have to do await fetch data. And we run it. And bam. Oh, look at that. It's refreshing. And why is it not stopping refreshing? Because we never stopped. We never told it to stop. So when do we want it to stop refreshing? Basically here, once we successfully made the network call and reloaded the table, then we want to call it. And a side note here is you might also, like, if it fails, you might want to like stop the refresh and like throw an error. But for our example, we're going to, oh, here we go. Yeah, we do it. You would do TableView.refreshControl is refreshing, and then you set this to false. And now, oh, I think it's end refreshing. And editing? Let me see. Oh wait, is it end? There we go, it's end refreshing. I'm sorry, y'all. Very similar names. And to test that this is working, or yeah, because you're refreshing the same thing, so you don't really know if it's working or not. Let's go here. Let's just call the main actor before we do this, and let's well, I guess we'll do this on the main thread. It's a small project, so it doesn't really matter. So you want to do people remove all. You have all these other options in remove all, but you can just keep it like this, and then what do you want to do? TableView.reload data, and this should go blank really quickly. Oh, you have to do a wait. All right, y'all, I'm back. My computer died. I should have charged it before I started recording, but it happens. All right, so right here, what I was implementing is basically, I was removing all of them before we make our network call just to show what is happening with the refresh. So what I did, I implemented remove all method on people, on the array of people, and that basically just removes all the elements in the array. And then I reloaded the table. And if we run this, let's run this. All right, so this is cached in, so it's already saved, and then boom. You see for a small second, it goes blank. And That's how you know it's working. That shows you it's working because we refresh, we clear out the table, and then we make this network call, and then it ends refreshing once we complete. Well, actually, once the network call completes, we assign our array of people to our what we receive from the network call, and then we reload our table, and then we end the refreshing, and then bam, that's it. That's all really you need to implement refresh control. And yeah, all it took was this task. When you call like the async function, you need to wrap it in a task in within the obj Objective C function basically. And it'll be similar for like buttons. Like if you add a target to a button, basically any target you add, you need to pass in, or you need to use an Objective C function. And if you be working with async await, then you just want to wrap them in tasks. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell your mama, tell your dad, tell everybody. Yeah, have a good day. Peace.
I'm riding between it all in this perfect play. I'm a piece of the puzzle, I'm a fit where you